Hey guys, welcome to the Chit the Chat podcast. I'm Jace.
I'm Dallin.
And I'm Joe.
Dallin, what have you been up to this week?
Great introduction, Jace. Thank you very much.
We really wanted to jump in with a punch.
Okay, good. Well, this week has been the same as most weeks. I donated plasma twice this week.
Just
I was
before
under
now,
the
it looks
assumption after which podcast was that?
Episode
Number 2?
3, I think.
No, it was not number 3 because there was nothing good about number 3.
Okay, episode 2.
Okay.
It was episode 2 when you hit your head
Mhm.
and woke up with your hand in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Toilet?
was definitely two.
I thought you were done donating plasma.
Listen, Joe, it's a lot of money.
Yeah, Dallin needs
It is a lot
money
of
by
money.
the sound of it.
As I explained to you, just out of my monthly bills that I have for various things, things I probably don't need, like Netflix and
Good things,
I
though.
mean, you need
car
Netflix.
washes and stuff like that.
I don't know that you need.
You don't need my car washes. I haven't had my car washed.
But
like that.
he
I
is
have a black-
he is a man who goes on dates,
This is true.
Yeah.
allegedly.
Well, I think he's got one.
I've
tomorrow
also
night.
been on many dates this
Many
week.
dates. Ooh.
It's been a good week, but anyways, I wanted to talk about the donating plasma. To
Right.
answer your question, Joe, it's a lot of money. And like I said, because of my monthly expenses, I am spending, just out of that, $30 more than I'm making every month.
Not a good ratio.
Yeah, and one trip to the plasma donation place is exactly $30.
Fair.
There you go.
So I'm
That's
there.
fair.
What? It's twice a week.
Twice a week, yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just...
Gives you
really-
some spending money for those dates.
yeah, that's exactly what I did. Is the last time I went, it was my second time going, so they pay you more.
Mhm.
I got $70,
Pretty
and
good.
it's all gone because I filled up my car and went on a date.
Filling up your car is typically pretty expensive.
Yeah, so I have a rather kind of new car,
Mhm.
and I wanted to take care of it more than my old car, hence
So
washing
you're
it.
getting not the cheap grade.
And I'm getting
gas.
I'm getting medium grade gas, which
That helps your car in the long run by a lot.
I super don't do that. Have you passed out again?
no. I made a point to get a very good meal afterwards because I think that was the problem.
Okay, well, you came to my house saying you needed food, and I made you.
Well,
pizza
he
rolls.
had
I don't
half
know.
of a meal of Panda Express. He said before.
Oh,
he
okay.
came.
I wasn't listening.
I had half of a Panda Express.
So you had half a meal of Panda Express and like 4 pizza rolls, and that's what you're now calling a good meal.
I'm
This is college, ladies and gentlemen.
What was your meal the last time? You
Costa
went to
Vida.
Plasma? Okay. So
Okay.
That's good.
So
Had Costa Vida
I ate half of it.
speaking of pizza
And
rolls,
saved the other half for the next day.
That's
But Joe,
typically
yeah,
the smart thing to do.
You did
with
make me
Costa
pizza
Vida.
rolls, and I really appreciate it.
but speaking of pizza rolls, on Tuesday nights when my wife is at work and it's just me and the baby, I always make pizza rolls for me and the baby.
Easy meal.
Solid tradition.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
You don't have to
You know,
make two
it's a good
different
time.
things.
but I usually cook them in the oven
Mhm.
because
Because
I just was
way
all
better.
see, but you're wrong.
No,
I was always under the assumption that you should always try and cook food in the oven.
not
Pizza
always.
rolls are better out of the microwave.
No,
They
because they're
get
crispy.
too hard. They get too hard and crispy out of the
I'm sorry.
bagel
do you,
bites.
Do you like
they're called
eating?
they're bagel bites specifically.
Do you like eating like wet bread? Like that's what you get out of the
It's
microwave.
too hard and
Yeah.
crusty out of the oven. It's too hard and crusty.
I think you're cooking it too long.
No, I do less than the recommended amount of time. Elliot can barely eat them. They're
Your-
so hard out of
Their
the
oven's bad then.
no.
Unlike you, Joe, that was probably the first pizza roll I've eaten in maybe like 6 years. So I don't know.
You have no opinion.
You didn't have pizza rolls on your mission?
No.
Seems like an A+ meal.
No,
Really?
I had...
Do they
I
have pizza
made-
rolls in Scotland / Ireland?
Yeah, they do, but
I heard some
made-
horrifying stories about the hot dogs over there.
The hot dogs are really bad.
Apparently
come-
they come in cans.
They come in a jar.
jars.
Like
Full-
pickles?
Yes, like pickles.
Oh my.
Exactly. Like, but only they're not like, yeah, they're just on the counter. They're not in a refrigerated section at all.
Because they're like preserved.
Yeah, they're yeah.
That
That's-
sounds horrendous.
they're
I'm not
absolutely
the
terrifying.
world's biggest hot dog fan.
Neither am I.
I
I
don't
think
think
anybody
anyone
loves
is,
hot
yeah.
dogs. I think
I-
they are 99 cents for
I
8 hot
literally
dogs.
burn my hot dog all the way around the outside till it's black, and then I eat it, and I think it's fine that way.
I
Maybe
think
you
you're
would be a
overdoing
bigger
it.
fan of hot dogs if you did not do that.
No,
Yeah.
because I don't like them any other way. That's the only way I can stand a hot dog.
Have
Bratwurst?
you-
Huge fan.
That's fair. Hot dogs are not as good as brats. However, I don't think burning it helps.
Well, I mean, have you tried it?
Probably once or twice camping,
Yeah,
not
camping.
on purpose.
And it's way better.
Having it on fire.
I don't think so
I don't
because
think so.
I do not like that part.
I mean,
of
it's
my
okay to
hot
be wrong, you know.
dog. I think you're the wrong person, so you better think that.
Well, So, kind of talking about the wrong ways to get lunch made me think of an experience that I had midweek this week.
Midweek this week. It's Tuesday.
Midweek
What do you
last
think
week.
Last week, I suppose.
Ah.
So I was on my way somewhere, and I thought I better go get a meal because I need
Because
to
you were
eat.
hungry.
Yeah, I was
and
hungry.
You have to
and I-
live.
and I need to
Dallin feels
survive.
like he needs to
I need to
explain
why I need
he's
food.
eating food.
So I went into a Subway.
It's because you don't have money. You're trying to justify the fact that you got food. I just had to eat,
I'm
or
so-
I was probably gonna die.
See, I'm kind of self-conscious. I'm such a thin person, and I like to stay
You
thin.
probably should eat.
I put in a lot of work
Eating
to stay
is
thin.
good.
And my biggest goal well, not goal, but the biggest amount of work I put in to stay thin is not eat much.
That's
Well,
not good
that's
for
actually-
you.
You need
You'll
to hit
start
a
to
certain
go into
calorie limit,
starvation
or you go into
mode.
starvation mode, and
Yeah,
you don't
you-
lose weight at all.
Yeah, I exercise plenty, and I do eat like enough.
I
but
do feel like anytime I see Dallin, he is eating.
I do. I count my
Every
calories.
time that I see Dallin.
I count my calorie intake and outtake, and I
That's
make
good.
sure I'm in a good zone.
Anyway,
But anyway,
so-
so I went to a Subway.
Subway.
We went
Why
to a Subway.
Subway.
It was there.
Why not Subway? Subway is delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, I had Subway this week. I thought it was subpar. I didn't have
Okay.
my.
Well,
I didn't have
if
the
But it
bazooka
was
special.
Subway.
If you don't like Subway, it's pretty much 95% your fault.
Yeah, you
No,
make the sandwich.
You
Well,
tell them
okay.
exactly what to put on the sandwich.
All right. Well, I tried something new. Something that
see-
I typically don't do.
I tried
That's true.
something new, and
Jace
I was
is-
horribly.
I
Jason
get
hates
the
starting
bazooka
new
special every time,
The bazooka special is a
Or-
sandwich that I created.
or I get a meatball sub, and it's just meatball sub.
Meatball sub, not a fan.
Joe, would you like
Just
to tell the audience
cheese
what the
and
bazooka
meatballs.
special is?
Well, you get
Go
the.
ahead,
You
Jace.
have to get the
It's
Italian herbs
been
and
a long
cheeses.
Yeah, I like Italian herbs and cheese bread.
There is.
There's
well,
variations of bazooka.
So that being said, when I was at Subway, the person there was telling me that the sunflower seed bread or whatever that they
Mhm,
have now,
that's new.
apparently it's really good.
I've never
Yeah.
had
So I'm probably gonna try that next time.
It is
Okay,
very
but-
good.
so-
But it's
bazooka
the
special.
I really like seeded
sweet
bread.
sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
On Italian herbs and cheese.
Yep, with
What
pepper
kind of
jack.
cheese? There you go.
Got to get pepper jack and toasted. And
Lettuce, onion, pickles, olives, jalapenos, banana peppers.
I typically don't do olives because I'm not a fan. But yes, everything else.
It's also okay
Salt,
to be
pepper,
wrong.
parmesan, and then I do
Lots of sweet
chipotle.
onion sauce.
Yeah, so I do a lot of chipotle and then sweet onion sauce because I feel like they overdo it lately. When I tell them a lot,
I've never. heard
when
of
it's
that.
literally
Overdoing-
dripping all over my hands,
That
and I
sounds
can't-
awesome.
I would rather have the chipotle. doing
If
that.
I could buy sweet onion sauce, like by the bag,
I'm sure that you can.
I know I've tried.
Really?
Somebody drop a link, please,
Okay.
because I would never go to Subway again. Because that's the only reason I go into the
To
bread
get your sweet
exhaust
onion
smelling
fix.
place is for sweet onion sauce.
All right.
To get your fix.
I will say this: before Subway, I went to Blimpie all the time, and I just got a club all the time. It was delicious, and I was very, very, very sad when the Blimpie that was by what is it, Albertsons on 3500,
I don't.
or
I don't know.
not 3500, 5600 in Roy.
Close.
That was like my favorite place to go.
So one of the last remaining Quiznos on planet Earth is
They're
by
nutty.
work,
Yeah,
and Quiznos is awesome.
I've never had Quiznos.
It's
Never
like pretty
had it.
cheap and it's freaking rad. It's a good time.
All right, we're getting away.
I
from
should be
doing it.
that-
So
that
my
one
awkward
has
experience
some
is Subway.
stories.
My
So-
awkward experience at a Subway this week. So I went in and I tried something new. There was one of their $5 footlongs was a cold cut combo,
Mm.
and I thought
what is that?
it
Just
would be
cut meat cold.
yeah, I thought it
Right.
would be a combo of like ham and turkey or something.
Sounds right.
That's what I am imagining.
It was not. It was bologna.
Why do they even have
Bologna.
bologna
I
in
don't
a
know.
Subway?
It wasn't
Are
good.
you sure?
It was.
I didn't know they had bologna.
That sounds
I've never seen it
awful.
before either.
I think bologna. I don't know why anybody eats that ever.
I will say, occasionally, I do have a craving for just a bologna and fake American cheese
I
sandwich.
really think bologna's awful.
That's fine.
Oh, it's pretty bad. But
Anyways.
sometimes I have that craving.
Needless to say, I was sorely disappointed in my sandwich.
Right.
Nothing to do with the
You-
story.
You asked
but-
for your money back.
No. So I was
Yeah.
in line, and immediately after me, I saw these two people walking in the sidewalk before they came in. They were speaking sign language to each other. And I thought, oh, that's,
That's
cool.
odd.
Yeah. I know sign language. I know.
Right. So you're spying on their conversation.
And,
Would you consider that eavesdropping?
Yes.
oh, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So to clarify, I don't know sign language. I've taken 2 years of sign language in high school.
You
Your
know,
plan,
a
like-
rudimentary level.
Your
of sign
plan like
language.
6 months ago was to become a sign language interpreter.
Yeah. I would have to
In
learn
that you
more.
would learn sign language.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Anyways,
The plan was there.
so they split off. This woman, the two women were talking, split off. The one woman comes into the store with her son to get their Subway.
Was the son speaking sign language?
The son, I think, was actually, I can't say for sure. I think the son was actually deaf and the mom was not.
Okay.
But the mom was going along with it to make the son feel
Okay.
Or just so that he could communicate with them.
yeah.
Right.
That's fair.
So, but I'm not sure though, because the following story. So the guy at the Subway was a really animated, wanted to talk with everyone kind of person.
Excitable human being.
Yeah.
Was this a Subway by Winegar's?
No, not even
Okay.
close. So,
Because there's nobody there ever. And I'm like, how did you meet 3 people in Subway?
so this Subway employee, when he was helping me, he's like, he talks so fast. He's asking me what I'm doing in school, where I'm going, and all of these things. And so then
Hard
this
for a deaf person to keep up.
yeah. So this deaf person comes up, puts her phone on the table, and shows
Like,
the Subway
this is
employee
what
what
we
it is.
want.
And he reads, and then kind of steps away, and he clearly immediately forgets what the sandwich was. And he turns back.
I would do that.
And he has the biggest smile on his face, and as soon as he sees her, he's like, "Sorry, I don't remember what it was." And she's looking off, and she
Can't hear him.
Can't hear him. And
So she was deaf.
and his smile just goes away.
Because he knows he's screwed.
Yeah. And
He's like,
he just stood there so awkwardly, and I was getting impatient because
He didn't even remember the bread.
he got the bread and then
Okay.
was wondering about the next step. And then so
That
I
is
was
typically
getting,
how it goes at Subway, though. They ask you
Yeah.
step by step
Yeah.
rather than the whole sandwich.
yeah. So I was getting impatient as well because he was supposed to be fixing up my salads on my sandwich.
Salads?
Well, the lettuce,
vegetables?
the vegetables.
Okay, I wouldn't call that salads.
He was supposed to be putting my salad in between the
Your
meat and bread.
bologna sandwich.
Anyway,
bologna sandwich
so I
salad.
was getting real excited
What
to eat
bread did you have with your bologna? I'm curious.
it. Wheat. I always get wheat.
You're a very
You're a
boring
failure.
person.
That was probably the worst sandwich
Can I
you've
have
ever had in
bologna
your
on
life.
wheat, please? That'll be delicious.
With salads on
Yeah.
there.
That doesn't make it better.
Anyways,
Cold cut combo on wheat, please. Hold the ranch, it's kind of spicy.
You are the most boring person. Okay, anyways, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
so so this Subway employee was super distraught that he
Because
couldn't.
he can't make the order.
Right.
Yeah, he can't make the order. He was embarrassed he forgot it. And he
Mhm.
can't talk to the person, so he doesn't know what to do with his life.
Mhm.
And eventually, I catch the attention of the deaf person, and I just point her at the guy. And she just slaps
guy
her phone
down.
on the counter again and shows him. So he reads it again. He's like, "Okay, I got it." And he puts the meat on.
And he forgets
And
the
then he
Nice.
looks up, and that smile just goes away again.
because she's turned around again.
And she's turned around. Look, she's trying to fight with a kid as well.
Okay.
And he asks her.
Fighting a kid in Subway.
He musters up the courage to actually talk to her this time.
Right.
And so he says about 3 or 4 times, "Do you want American cheese on it?"
Why did he think she was showing him the phone? Was he
And
dumb?
Yeah, I don't know. And she still.
I've seen people go in with that attitude.
Yeah.
Here's my sandwich.
Well, like
make
if
it.
you were doing it, I guess if you were doing it, like if somebody ordered a sandwich,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be.
that-
I think, and his
I've done
gimmick
that
might have
before.
been, if I say it loud enough, maybe she's only partially deaf.
Which is
he-
reasonable.
He asked her a few times and she had not heard. So I step in and I actually sign this time.
Mhm.
Embarrassingly, I say he's asking you if you want American cheese.
Mhm.
And she
Is
looks
that
at her
actually what
son.
you said.
Dallin
Yeah.
signed
Okay.
that, by the way.
I did. And so she looks at her son and asks American cheese. And that's when I felt embarrassed because I did American wrong. But
Did you ask her if she wanted Canadian cheese or something like that?
no, I did like American is this. And I did like stirring a cauldron.
Ooh.
I thought that was American. But I
Fancy
wasn't.
American.
American with the jitters.
Yeah. I did American wrong, but she understood. And then so she looks at her son, and the son is like, no, not American. And all he can do is wave his hand, and then he goes up to the glass and points.
So he doesn't know very much sign language.
No. He was probably like 4.
Okay.
So he goes and, maybe 5. He wasn't old. But he goes and points at the glass now.
Mhm.
And
Hard to point when
hard
it's
to
a
point
couple
through Subway glass.
inches away at
So
least.
yeah, so he points at the first one. He shakes his hand. Second one shakes his hand. Third one, that's the right one.
Was it pepper jack?
It was shredded cheese.
Oh.
So
Lame.
I was gonna be real proud.
So he puts the cheese on the sandwich, moves on to the next step, and he forgot immediately what it was.
Oh.
So now, instead of asking her, he looks at me.
Oh no.
Yeah, because he's like, hey, you got
No.
this, buddy.
He looks at me and tells me to ask her what vegetables she wants. And I'm like,
you don't know how to sign all those
I
things.
don't know what olives
Finger spelling
is.
is a real thing, man.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what olives is. Luckily, the kid just wanted lettuce on there, and that was it.
That's helpful.
I don't know what lettuce was, but she showed me the phone because apparently this guy had the memory of a goldfish,
Right.
and I just helped him make the sandwich. Then he made my sandwich.
Did you get a free sandwich out of this?
No.
You should have.
Well, I
You
probably could have.
basically worked there.
I probably could have because the rest of the story. So he then made my sandwich, and we made it to the guy at the register,
Mhm.
who first thing he asked, "You guys are together, right?"
I know.
Because they saw me making the sandwich for him and signing for him, so he immediately thought we were together. And I'm
Understandable to be like, not very many people are coming in speaking sign language. I'm
yeah,
sure.
and that it's just now occurring to me that I probably could have just said yes and gotten a free sandwich.
So you think you would have stolen from the deaf person?
Yeah. Luckily, I didn't do that though.
Luckily. As luck would have it.
I immediately said no, got my terrible sandwich, and left. Never saw the woman or kid again.
I hope that remains the same.
Well, it would be pretty rough too.
What was she doing while you were asking the kid what he wanted?
I was asking her, and then she was asking the kid.
What was she doing in between?
She was doing a lot of looking
She
at the
must have
walls.
been
and
very busy.
she was pretty out. I don't know what she was looking at, but she was doing a lot of like looking at the ceiling line and not paying attention to the people she needed to be paying attention to.
Yeah, that's... I don't know. Not the proper etiquette. For Subway, I'm telling you that there's etiquette.
And that's one of my things. That's why I think that she might not have been deaf, and she was just putting on an act for her kid to make her kid not feel singled out, because she did not act like a
if the
deaf
kid's
person.
Well, but
4
when
or
he's
5,
trying to
he's
get her-
got to figure it out.
I
When
know,
he,
but
when,
I
she,
don't
when
know.
he was trying to
Everybody's
get her attention and yelling American cheese at her or whatever,
Yeah, you would think she would react.
Then yeah, she
But
was
she's
definitely
just
deaf.
not.
They could have
acting
both
like
They
been
were
deaf.
probably
Yeah,
both
I
deaf.
know. I mean, that's the most likely thing. It's a poor theory of mine, but it is a theory.
It is.
All right.
Um,
Moving on. What?
So we talked about Elon Musk a little bit last week.
We did.
We did, yeah, and cars.
So did you see what he did this week?
I've seen nothing. You two have been excited about it, and I don't
Well,
know what
so-
it
He
is,
did a good
which
thing.
worries
He
me.
did a good thing. He actually donated $480,000 to the schools of Flint, Michigan,
A lot of money.
so that they could not a lot
Flint
of money,
being, well,
to be
I'm
honest.
like, he's being taxed
Okay.
40 million.
Let's go over it this way. Flint probably hasn't seen that much money in who knows
That's
how
true.
long.
So he did that. He donated it to the school so they could put ultraviolet water filtration systems.
Something
So that,
desperately needed.
You know,
in
they
Flint.
could drink water.
Mhm.
Good for the
So
children.
That is-
literally in one fell swoop, Elon Musk has done more than any government,
government
entity
has
has
ever
done
done
for
for Flint.
all of Flint
Mhm.
for this whole crisis, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
But which is great. Thank you, Mr. Musk.
This
He
is
just
good.
got
Good
fined
on
$20 million.
He did. That is a
He
thing.
got fined and his company got fined.
Did,
Right.
Did they?
Yes.
Yeah,
I-
they both got fined.
Yep, both
They
got
got
I thought
fined.
it was just him, and then he had to step down.
I am.
But he
pretty
only had
sure
to step
both
down
got
for
fined.
like a year or two. Like he doesn't have to.
Oh, he
forever.
Oh, I thought it
back.
was indefinite.
Yeah, he can come back, from what I understand.
That will be awkward.
So I I heard a funny thing around Elon Musk. I was listening to a podcast that was recorded in 2015, and
I'm sure this didn't age well.
yeah. So
What podcast?
it's called the So Money Podcast by Farnoosh Tarabi. She just
That is a
interviews.
name.
She's some kind of Middle Eastern
Okay.
name.
Well, it was a name.
She's-
That was all I'm saying.
Anyways, so she just interviews rich people.
Hey. That's good goal.
One of the people she interviewed was this guy who had retired at like 28.
Pretty
And-
early.
Yeah.
Not 70. It's like
Hashtag goals.
most people.
Yeah, no kidding. But anyways, so when she asked him what his investment portfolio looked like, because that's what you retire off of when you retire at 28, you hope
Right.
that gives you more money than what you're
Understood.
getting. So he said, I have all of my money in Google and Tesla.
Ooh.
All of it.
I hope that he figured
Nothing
that
else.
out.
And when she told him that's a bad idea, he was like, no, I really
That is a
think
small portfolio.
he was like, Google's a good company, and then he went on like a 5-minute tangent about how great a person Elon Musk is. And he was like, I think Elon Musk is a great person.
So he
Let me
made
tell
a
you
bad
this story.
decision.
He said, I heard this analogy the other day, and I think it fits to Elon Musk perfectly. It's that every once in a while there are aliens watching us, and every once in a while they think we really need to help out these humans. So they send one of their aliens disguised
I would
as a
not
human.
be shocked someday to find out that Elon Musk was an alien.
Disguised as a
That's
human
fair.
to help out humanity.
If anybody is, he's
Speaking
probably
of
top
speaking of the Google,
What happened to Google?
did you read what happened?
No.
A glitch in Google Plus let outside developers see the private profile data of hundreds of thousands of users from 2015 to 2018.
Who uses Google Plus?
Yeah, so all five Google Plus.
All of them.
All hundreds of
I
thousands.
heard that they're done with it. I heard they like just shut that down
I
this week.
I think
That's
that is
probably
why.
how it got out.
Okay.
Let's see.
So this isn't breaking
According
news. This was actually expected.
Google, which is junking the app, said that among other considerations for its non-disclosure, there is no evidence of data misuse. So they are junking the app. Also on Google, there's another article here that says the explosive growth of Amazon's advertising business could pose a rare threat to Google. That's insane.
That's
Somebody
insane.
could actually pose a threat to Google.
If anybody can, it's Amazon.
Yeah. I remember hearing a while ago about a concept called the duopoly, and that is that there are two companies that basically rule the world. And
Which
that was-
is most things in the world, it
so
seems like.
what I heard, it was Facebook and Google. And to back this up is that I heard that, I
Very
think,
true.
I can't remember the
Those who
percentage.
control the information are
Well,
in charge, are they not?
That's
Even this
usually
though, I can't remember the
true.
exact percentage, but I think it was a high number, and 75 comes to mind, but also like somewhere in the 90s also comes to mind.
A
but-
very large difference.
Yeah, I don't know, but a very high number. Think anywhere between 75 to 90% of money exchanged over the internet was done through Facebook or Google.
That makes sense.
And so when I was first hearing about this, they were saying like, and it's about to become a triopoly because Amazon is kind of creeping into
Kind
that.
of
Well,
creepy.
Bezos is the richest man, right?
Yeah, he is.
I don't imagine that Amazon's going anywhere anytime in the next century.
No, so
Going
I heard
anywhere
this
but
like
up.
a couple months ago, and
Yeah.
by this point, Amazon is now threatening Google.
Yeah.
So wow,
That's insane.
Big deal. Speaking of online stuff, Dallin, you wanted to talk about a new game that you've been looking at.
is that the best transition of online stuff to this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
he's my friend, buddy. I don't know why you're insulting him like that.
I mean, how do you get to online game?
From Google.
Other
Better-
than it's online.
I would have just, I don't know, I would have just waited for the
All
conversation.
right. Well, you know,
Actually.
I tried to make a segue and you went and bashed it, and now we have this conversation.
It's great, huh? Thanks, Jace. So I've been looking at this game called Artifact. It's done by Valve, the makers of...
and Richard Garfield, I believe that's
Yes.
his name, the person that made Magic.
Yes, Richard Garfield that made Magic the Gathering. He is now working with Valve to make this game. So Valve makes Dota.
Yes,
You're aware what Dota
Valve
is.
makes a lot of things.
Yes.
But Dota is notably probably the biggest still.
Well, and that's what Artifact is based off of.
Oh, really?
What's
Yes.
a dodo? Dodo's like a bird, right?
No, it's a MOBA game.
Oh, Joe.
So, you know, League?
League of Legends. Yeah, I know that one.
Better League. First League.
Dodo.
First League.
Good way to
So
correct
what? You
yourself there,
pretend to
Jason.
be birds and jump off cliffs or whatever? How'd they
Oh
die?
my gosh.
You
Dodo?
fight each other and you do things.
Yeah, so here's
What
You
else
fight
do you do
each
in
other
video?
and you do things.
What else
That's a
do you
video game.
Exactly, Joe. What else do you do in video games? You don't
What does Dodo stand
jump
for?
off of
Dota.
Delta?
Dota.
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 D-O-T-A.
D-O-T-A.
Does that stand for something?
I'm sure it does. I
If
don't know
it
what
stands for
stands
something, I don't know what it is because I play League of Legends.
I'm pretty sure it stands for something, but I have no idea.
Down. I
It
can't.
probably
Can
does.
I fix your hair?
Thank you.
God.
Joe messed
I made
up
it worse,
Dallon's
but
hair.
it's the strand. Down just got a haircut.
He does have very strandy hair.
Yeah,
in the
he just got a
background.
haircut, and it's a very nice haircut. He just needs to change.
It needs to
how
be
it's laid.
combed, I think.
Thanks. So Artifact is coming out. Artifact is based on Dota, correct?
Okay,
Let's assume it
I'll
is.
believe you.
Okay.
You've done
So
the
you
research.
know-
I'm just hearing about all this.
So when I first heard, I kind of am interested in Jace's initial reaction to this because we play card games.
We do.
We've played Yu-Gi-Oh.
Joe plays some Yu-Gi-Ohs.
We currently play
It's
a
all about
lot of
Yu-Gi-Ohs.
Magic: The Gathering.
You.
Me and Jace.
I don't play
He's saying we, the majority here.
This game is so different, and I want to hear what you
Okay.
think about it. So, in League of Legends and Dota, there are 3 lanes to the map, correct? A
Yeah.
middle lane and 2 outside lanes?
Right.
There's the same thing in this game.
Ooh, that's interesting. I kind of like that.
I didn't... When they said it's based off of Dota, I thought, it'll have the same characters. That'll be cool. We can see Thrall and all the other cool people.
Just Thrall. The only cool people.
I don't play Dota, so I know...
I don't know.
I know the names of the characters from the Warcraft
I think I played
movie.
Dota once.
Warcraft.
Yes, Dota is Warcraft.
Why do you say Warcraft?
Because when we say Dota, you should know this.
You should know. It's what, the second biggest online game right now still?
No,
Is
surely no.
it was
Why
well,
Dota? Why
last
not
time I
Warcraft? Why
checked.
not say Warcraft? Everybody knows what Warcraft is.
Valve didn't make Warcraft.
Yeah,
They
Valve didn't make Warcraft.
Blizzard made Warcraft.
Yeah.
Valve makes Dota.
Not the same companies.
Well, I'm
You just
pretty
said
sure they're
Dota
in
was.
strong
You
partnership,
just said
but-
Dota was
is-
Warcraft.
Yes, it's based in that universe.
Blizzard isn't owned by anybody though.
All right.
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
I'm
anyway,
not sure they
lanes. I like
So-
this idea. To me, how I'm thinking it'll work, they'll be marked different ways. So like in Magic, there's creatures with flying.
Mhm.
I'm imagining it would be like things with flying can
Dota
only
is
interact with
Warcraft.
things with flying.
Uh-huh.
But Warcraft
And then
is not
regular things are the middle lane, and then there'll be some sort of like marker for left lane.
You're going to be so sorely disappointed.
Oh,
You play 3 games.
okay. I'm less on board.
You
Can
play...
somebody help me?
I
with
was
this Dota?
Okay.
really intrigued.
Let's...
You said Dota is Warcraft, and then you say no, Dota's not Warcraft.
Okay, Joe.
What are you talking about?
Warcraft. You know Warcraft.
Yes.
The game is a cool game. It's a really fun game.
Understood.
Warcraft.
The
is-
online version of Warcraft is called Dota.
The online version of Warcraft is World of Warcraft.
There are many online.
I don't think
versions
you
of
guys know
Warcraft.
what the hell you're talking about.
There are
Just
many
saying.
different online versions of
Okay,
Warcraft.
Joe, we're gonna refer
But
to
it's
Dota
made by
as
different
League of
game
Legends
people?
for now.
Yes,
But Dota's not League of Legends. That's a different thing.
they're the exact
It's
same.
the same game with different skins.
Okay, so there you play. So just I don't know how they're gonna. It's so much more than Magic. So there you play 3 games.
I'm trying to fathom this, and I'm like,
You play a left game.
It'd be really cool to play one game and have to worry about 3 different things. Playing 3 different games seems really confusing and
Mhm.
not worth it.
Yes, you play a left game, middle game, and right game
At the same, like, do you
at
take
the same time.
You take all 3 turns at the same time?
No, so you build 3 different decks as well.
Also annoying.
Not for the different games though. You have one deck of 5 cards
Okay.
that is 5 different heroes. And that's how Dota and League of Legends are
There
played.
are 5 heroes.
5 on 5.
Yeah.
So you get 5 cards. 3 of them are randomly selected, and they pick in
Out of how many?
the 5. So they have 100 or so cards of heroes,
Right.
and you pick the 5 that are going to go in your hero deck.
Okay.
I'm not following any of this.
So you pick all 5. You made it sound like 3 of them were random.
No, you pick all 5 that go in your deck.
Okay.
3 of those 5 are picked to start with, and they each go into a lane.
A certain lane, and
Yeah.
then you get to assign the other 2.
No. So those 2 will come on turns 4 and 5, I think.
Okay.
And whenever your heroes die, just like in... See, this is what I'm really getting at. I think they tried to make it way too much like you're playing Dota, but it's a card game.
Which is Warcraft.
Yeah.
Because there are 3 lanes. So when your heroes die, they respawn. So when they die...
So what? They have to get shuffled back in the deck and have a
of the
timer?
5 card deck.
Right.
Well, so when
5
they
card-
die... Yeah. So when they die,
Not a lot of cards.
no matter when they die, 2 turns later, they come back.
This is an
and then you
online
can-
only game, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's going to be a trading card game, which
They
is also
are
interesting.
going to make it cards.
All of your cards will be just like booster packs.
Uh-huh.
All of your cards you will own, and they'll be your collection. You'll have on Steam, and you can trade and sell over
Right.
Steam to other
But
players.
it's going to only be on my computer. I
Yes.
can't go buy
You
this in the store at
cannot.
any point. Okay,
No.
that's a good decision.
They're calling it a trading card game, though. It's
Well,
not a collection like.
I mean,
uh,
they're-
Really,
they
like
are
a trading
cards,
pictures on the
but-
computer game.
Yeah, basically. But Seems pretty robust. You've got a pretty good system there.
Yeah, I
to
think it'll be
trade
fine.
things.
But so even worse. This is why I don't like it. Is there's so much randomization.
So you haven't even told me about the other 2 decks.
Yeah. So your other deck is spells.
Okay.
You get spells of
Is
4
the
different
3rd
colors.
deck creeps?
No. So creeps are even
goodness.
worse. Creeps are randomly assigned. Every turn, you get 2 creeps that randomly go into the 3 lanes.
And you don't even get to pick them?
You don't get a pick where they go. You don't get a pick. They're all just base 1, 2, I think. But
It's
they,
awful.
yeah.
For
So
those
they-
of us who have no idea what the hell you're talking about, what is a creep?
Little people.
a mini monster.
Yeah, little monsters.
Something
Okay.
to get in the way.
Um,
So,
how do we best explain? You played Clash Royale, right? At least at one point.
Oh yeah,
Skeletons.
tons of them, tons of little guys.
Yeah.
so
All right,
2 every turn are randomly put into the 3 lanes.
Mhm.
And then your monsters are lined up to fight the monster right in front of them. But if there's not a monster right, so where you put them on the lane matters. And then if there's not a monster right in front of them, it randomly assigns if that monster is going to attack your life total or if it's going to attack the monster adjacent to it.
Okay.
I hate how, so this is basically what I'm trying to get to. There is so much randomization to this.
You aren't playing the game.
No.
By the sound of it, you make a deck and then it auto.
You make a deck and hope for the
procedures it.
best.
Yeah.
So I was watching a top tier player play kind of a new guy today, and he had this creature that
Is this in like beta or something?
Yeah, it's in beta right now. So it comes out November 28th.
That's pretty.
I'm
soon.
probably still gonna buy it and play it.
I'll
but-
be interested. I can't
She
afford
had-
to buy anything.
my expenses are $30 less than.
Well, he'll be able to sell a bunch of cards at that point. We'll have
So
had
this-
a tournament.
I'll be able to donate enough plasma by then.
Yeah, that's fair.
So this pro player has this character that her entire purpose is to gun through and deal damage to the face because she does like an extra 4 damage when she hits face or something like that.
Okay. If I'm thinking magic, that's a lot of damage.
It is a lot, and it's very similar to magic.
See, I play Yu-Gi-Oh. That's like that. It's-
4
Somebody
Blue
blew
eyes is
on your
3,000.
shoulder on accident.
Yeah.
My blue eyes.
So
Anyways,
Probably be the equivalent of like 1,300 or something.
yeah.
So the 4 damage makes a big difference. But like 5 times in a row, she was randomly assigned to attack the creature next to him. And the guy just could never get
Yeah,
in.
that's
And this is a
irritating.
pro just getting reamed by some
By
other...
the RNG.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't like that. There's so much randomization to it.
I prefer games that take skill.
And I'm sure, it takes skill because
I'm
you
sure
have
it
to
does.
build the
Like,
decks.
you have to make a good deck and
Keep
you have
track
to
of 3
keep track of
games.
everything going on. And I don't know. I don't like how much of it is random. That doesn't sound great to me.
Yeah. I'm really nervous about it.
I mean, I will definitely, when it comes out, I'll definitely be looking at it, see how it's all going. If it looks like it's a good game, then I'll look into it. And I'll probably go based on your recommendation more than anything, if you are going to play it.
I will.
So,
On to conversations that people who
Oh,
aren't nerds.
Normal people will listen to.
yeah, I consider myself a nerd, but holy crap, my head hurts now. Anyways, so I've been getting back into a particular YouTube channel.
Okay. What YouTube channel
I've been
is that?
super in Epic Mealtime lately.
Oh my god.
They've
That's
been
a
making
decision.
content again
Yeah.
Really?
regularly every week.
I don't know if they ever stopped that.
Remember when they had a TV show for like
For a little
2
bit.
episodes?
Well, everybody I know at one point
It's pretty bad.
somebody considered them a dead channel, which Harley did not appreciate.
Yeah, I don't
But
think it was
what
ever
happened
dead.
to FPS Russia?
Oh,
Does
he
anybody
fell
know?
off the
Oh,
face
I
of the
have no
planet.
idea.
Probably
Did he
got
die?
killed.
I haven't
Yeah.
thought of him in
He
years.
probably got assassinated and it's
Because
done.
watching Epic Mealtime gave me memories of FPS Russia, because that's all I used to watch on YouTube.
Right.
And
Food and
so I
guns.
found the Epic Mealtime with FPS Russia on it, where he
Uh-huh.
just stirs things with guns, as
Mhm.
you do. But he's just gone.
Yummy.
He hasn't posted anything in like 3 years.
Yeah,
Or 4 years.
I think it was
That's about as long as it's
last
been
year
since
or
I've
the
thought
year
of it.
before that I started questioning it. Then again, I didn't like watch his content.
There
at
was
that
a
time.
video one time where he blew up. I don't remember if it was a refrigerator or a car. I know that's very different things.
Car sounds
But
like
a door
the right thing.
came flying at him and came within 2 feet of him,
Ooh.
literally. It almost killed him. And so FPS Russia, are you alive? Please let me know.
That
Probably
wouldn't be
not.
bad information. Also, no one gave Joe crap for not remembering between a car and a fridge. I got so much crap for not remembering between 75% and a high 90%.
Of what?
When we were talking about Facebook and
How long ago did you watch the
Did
video?
you get crap for that? I didn't give him crap
I
for that.
get-
Jace
crap
gave
for
me
that.
endless
How
crap.
long ago did you watch that video, Joe?
Which one?
The one with the door.
I mean, this morning.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna give you crap. You don't know which it was.
There was a door, and it flew out. I was distracted by the fact that homie almost died. All right.
What was? But you don't remember the rest of the video?
No, I was watching Epic Mealtime, which then led me down the thing of let's watch Russian Mealtime. I think it's called the episode where FPS Rush is on it.
Okay.
And then led me down the thing of is he dead? I remember the one time he almost died, so I watched that video. And yeah.
And you just
Also, do you guys remember
remember-
Muscle's glasses from
no.
I do remember
the
this.
OG Epic Mealtime?
Yeah.
I guess he's a vegan fitness instructor now.
Not shocked.
I
Shocked. I used to watch that man eat a lot of bacon.
There was a
Yeah.
lot of meat.
He's making up for it
The
now.
fitness instructor part, that doesn't shock me. But
Yeah.
He's making up for it now. He ate a lot of bacon in his... More than your average bear.
yeah. But I would highly recommend getting back into Epic Mealtime because their new stuff's great. And it doesn't have as many views as I feel like it should have.
The
so-
last time I watched, there were
Probably
like
'cause they stopped
6
posting
videos in a
consistently.
row that were all just about weed and food.
Really?
I haven't
Yeah.
watched any of their weed videos.
Was that a weed week?
There,
for them?
it must have been.
Could have been.
Because it was like 6 videos in a row.
Well, they just legalized weed in Canada not that long ago, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure
that's
that
true.
this was right after that.
It's a big
Probably.
deal for him.
Yeah, Epic Mealtime is top.
So right before we started this, we watched a couple of trailers for movies. We
Good
just
movies.
watched the Captain Marvel one and then the Aquaman one.
I'm
pretty
very
excited
both.
for both.
I'm
mostly
more
Aquaman.
excited for Aquaman.
It
Mhm.
looks
The
real
Aquaman
good.
trailer looked far more impressive.
Yeah. So let's hope DC carries out this time. I
Yeah.
actually, unlike most people, have liked some of what DC has made. Most people have despised
I
all
don't
of
think
it.
that I
I've
have
been
disliked anything
Yeah.
from DC.
A
in
lot
last
of people
few
talk
years.
about how Suicide Squad was the worst movie ever made. I agree it had its faults,
It
but I
was-
actually quite liked
It
that
was
movie.
bad from like a writing perspective. I
The
think.
one and only time I watched it was on a plane, so maybe I didn't see it from the best
You
perspective.
probably want to watch it again.
So, but
It's not as bad
speaking
as
of
people make
Suicide
it out to
Squad,
be. So yeah, speaking of Suicide Squad, Warner Brothers has brought on James Gunn, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy. He is officially writing Suicide Squad 2, whatever they end
which
up
is
calling
very
it.
Oh!
exciting. Very exciting.
And I think they're talking
Wow.
about having him directed as well.
Yes.
Okay, this is
So
great.
now they're like, Marvel, okay, you're gonna get rid of him. We'll have him.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So,
and Dave Bautista, he's the guy who plays Drax the Destroyer.
Yeah, he-
and he
He
wants.
said that he was going to not do.
he said
he's
he
already
He
said
said if
that-
they get rid of James Gunn, he will no longer be.
yeah,
Right.
part of
he's
his
already
Marvel
said
Or
he's
is he
not.
like officially
So
said
Dean
that
Drax.
now?
I don't know that. I don't know. I know that he said that he was going to do that, but so he said that he wants to be in
the-
Suicide Squad too.
I'd be
Yeah.
on board.
Who could you picture him playing? Bane. He would make such an awesome Bane. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
I would
I'll-
love that
I'll give
so
you
much.
that.
That'd be pretty good.
So,
That's wow!
so
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I think it's
the
gonna
DC
be real
fanboy in
good.
me, I will pick up your scraps, Marvel. Thank you.
yeah,
very
I think
much.
that was a really poor move for Marvel. They literally
It
gave away
wasn't
their
Marvel,
golden goose.
to be
Disney.
fair. It was Disney's
Disney.
decision.
They
And
literally
Marvel
gave away their
fought for
golden
it.
goose.
Marvel fought for it.
I mean, I completely disagree with what James Gunn said on the internet when he got in trouble for.
That being said, how old is it? Like
What?
a
But what's
decade?
the problem? The problem that I
It's
have
not-
with this
it's not a good.
is right. Like, okay, James Gunn, you don't represent what Disney represents. You guys ever heard of a man called Walt Disney?
Walt Disney
Mhm.
was not a good person.
He's like a known anti-Semitic, whatever the word
Anti-Semitic.
is,
Yep.
anti-Jew.
Anti-Jew,
Like he was not
yes.
a good guy.
Semonite, anti-Semonite.
Yeah, but you have anti-Semitic views, right?
That might be when you're,
Anti-Semitic.
that might be when you're talking
believe
about
that's how
the
it's
views.
pronounced.
The
Words are
view
hard.
is anti-Semitic.
I'm just
If
saying, Disney.
you are, if you are a
I-
person holding anti-Semitic,
You need to
views,
change
you're
your name
anti-Semonite.
if you really want to space yourself from people who don't represent
Right.
your views
Mhm.
perfectly.
Yeah. Froze his head. He's,
Like I said,
he's
I
ready
don't
to come
agree with
back
what
when
he
the
said.
technology's here.
Wait,
But-
really?
I'm pretty sure. I think that's the rumor.
What?
That they froze his head.
Rumors
never
don't
heard that
hold
before
much
in my life.
credibility, Jason.
I've heard that my entire life.
Well,
What? Did they froze Walt Disney's head?
I believe that was his choice. Yeah,
Did they freeze him next to Hitler?
Rob's.
this can't be true.
He's with Nixon.
At any rate, I'm now very excited about the Suicide Squad.
Oh, I think it's gonna be great.
Well,
That's going to be great.
Because I know, like I said, I know a lot of people hated that movie, but I'm
Mhm.
glad that there's now a reason to be excited for it.
It flopped. So,
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty excited. They're going to be starting the Harley Quinn production for the Birds of Prey.
Also, did you like?
wow, DC is going to have an amazing lineup.
Did you like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker?
I
think of it?
like
I
the
did
look
not.
of it.
You did not like it.
No, I didn't.
I think
I'm on board.
I think it's very different, but I like it. I saw a little clip of he's just like walking out of a subway. It looks like and
Yeah.
a bunch of cops running past him.
I'm excited about
It
it.
looks very Joker.
I'm frustrated.
That being said, when
Really?
he
I
is
was about
dressed,
to say it's so
when,
not
when
Joker.
he is
Really?
dressed
Yeah.
as a clown, it doesn't look like the Joker. But that's because I believe in this storyline that they're going with, he is a clown and like does entertainment as a clown, and something happens.
See,
He
and
goes
with
batshit
DC, it
crazy.
just depends on the story,
the universe.
Right.
On the
there-
universe, because
So
there
many
was
different.
there was
iterations,
one
What
Uh,
type of
animated one
toxic
that I had
acid they
watched.
fell in.
that
pretty much.
the guy who turned into the Joker was a comedian
Mhm.
and like
Yeah.
trying to make it as a
I
comedian.
think that's what it usually. I think that's Joker's
it goes back and
pretty
forth.
typical
It's-
backstory.
there's a lot of.
If he
different
gets
things.
one, usually Joker doesn't get one.
Well, that's this whole movie.
Oh,
It's a Joker backstory.
Yeah,
movie.
that's what
Yeah,
it's for.
yeah.
Except it doesn't explain the Joker that is in the DCE.
yeah.
Which
Right.
is, I mean, kind of frustrating.
I'm okay with it. I don't like the Joker that's currently.
You know
in
what?
it,
What's
so-
frustrating about
I
that
don't
is you
like
never
that
saw
Joker.
him.
That's true.
They
However,
cut
the
all of
little
his
bits
scenes.
that I
lot of
saw
the
him,
scenes.
I did not.
Have
like
you
him.
watched the extended cut?
No,
of
I don't think
Suicide
I have.
One-
I
Suicide
probably
Squad
should.
one?
I
You
think
should.
I
It
have
is a
that.
different movie. In fact, watching it, I'm like, so what parts of this did I actually watch? Because it's so different. It's
Yeah.
way better. It flows way better too.
I'll give it a shot. I'll look at it again. I mean, I didn't think it was a bad movie. It wasn't a
I
great
didn't think it was
movie.
the worst movie ever made.
but-
Actually, I mean, I
A lot of people thought it was literally the worst movie.
know,
ever made.
I really disagreed with that, but
It wasn't.
It wasn't
good.
written good.
It wasn't good. I'm not gonna give it more credit than it deserves. It was fine. I was entertained while
You
on a
should
flight.
probably watch it again.
Anyways, I think I'm actually really excited for what DC's gonna. Judging from the Aquaman story,
Hmm.
judging on the Aquaman story, I think the trailer that looks much better than what the Captain Marvel trailer had to offer.
and I mean, I'm still excited about Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
but I really hope that they pull us out with Aquaman.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know who's directing it. I probably looked that up, but
I'm sure it said in the trailer. We didn't pay attention to the words.
I'm
Probably.
sure it did. If it's anything similar, so what I've heard is that DC is getting out of the ambitious mashup
Mhm.
or ambitious crossover industry.
which they should have started
Yes,
that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the fact that they went straight for it
Yeah.
was a little fast.
The second movie.
Yeah. So they're after with how just awesome, how good Wonder Woman was.
Wonder Woman was great.
Such a
Wonder
great
Woman was a
movie.
great
Uh,
movie.
And
One
with
of my
how-
favorite superhero movies of all time.
Oh yeah, and with how subpar the Justice League movie was, they don't
I don't think
necessarily.
the Justice movie was bad, but
It was.
That's why I used the term subpar.
Yeah, I know.
Carefully
And
chose my
I
Thank
do
you.
feel like the Justice League movie was two movies with
Yep.
nothing in between them. Like, they
They switched
it was-
actors.
I
Well,
just-
or directors halfway through.
It was
that,
a
which
hard
they've done with
cut.
almost every single movie.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
a
like,
good
stop
thing
it.
to do.
Yeah.
Just let them finish it. If
But
it's
really,
bad,
I
it's
hope
bad.
that it all builds back up, though, because I really just want to see Darkseid on the screen.
Yeah,
But I don't know if Henry Cavill's going to continue to be Superman.
he's not.
Oh,
He
man,
is
he's
doing.
not.
He's going to be The
He's-
Witcher
Yeah.
Yeah,
in
I'm
Netflix.
probably not gonna watch.
Really?
that, if I'm totally honest.
Oh, that's exciting to me.
Okay.
Okay, guys, we're running out of time, so
Okay. Well, if you guys can, I mean, share this around with your friends, comment on Facebook even, like we're posting quite a bit. If you guys can share that around, let people know about our podcast. I know that we'd be super appreciative. we're kind of falling off on views. We'd like to know what you guys would like to hear more of, what we can do better. So just let us know, guys. Thanks for watching or listening, I guess. I'm Jace.
I'm Dallin.
I'm Joe.
Thank you.